Sweat. How did they reach out to you, if we're allowed to know?
No, we can talk about it. Kayla FaceTimed me.
Stop.
Yeah, out of the blue.
Oh, wait, so you had each other's numbers?
No.
Wait, so how'd she FaceTime you?
She got my number through a mutual friend, Cass. So Cass was a trainer with Sweat.
Yeah.
And she
the
was
one
also
from Cairns.
Yes.
She's a weapon.
She's a machine. A
Like,
weapon is an understatement. That woman is superwoman. She is incredible.
Really is.
I met her through another good friend of mine, Morgan, and we had been to Morgan's Hands and had Morgan's wedding together, and then I went and worked in Bali on Morgan and Cass did a fitness retreat together.
Nice.
And I went and worked on it. So I became quite good friends with Cass, and Cass also at the time was a Sweat trainer. And I had bumped into Kayla sporadically a few times in the hotel, but no more than, hi, how are you? Da-da-da-da-da, nothing much really. And I'd, funnily enough, just bumped into her the day before I left to go to Bali to work on that retreat. And I was in a rush and came barging out of the lifts, and her and her partner Jay were standing right there. And she said, oh, Katie, because I think at this point she'd follow me on Instagram, and we'd had a few
oh my God.
yeah, I was like, oh, hello. We'd had a few, very surface level kind of exchange of DMs. And she said to me when I jumped out there, she said, oh, funny, I see I've bumped into you. I was just speaking to some people about you. I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's a really odd comment to receive, but oh, okay, well, I hope good things. She's like, yeah. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry I have to run, but I've got a client, but I'll chat to you later. Enjoy your stay. See you later. And that was it. Went to Bali for the week, worked with Cass. The day I got back from Bali, Cass said to me, do you mind if I give your number to someone? At the time I was single, I was thinking, yeah, you can give my number to a boy. No problem.
Are you setting me up?
I was like, no problem. Let's do this. Anyway, half an hour later, I got a FaceTime from a random number, and I didn't put two and two together. I just thought it was a random number.
Imagine if you were like, go away.
Do you know? Yeah, literally. Do you know? At this point, I was actually having a meltdown. I'd been in tears that morning to my mum, thinking, "What the heck am I doing with my life?
Wow.
Do I need to ramp my clients back up?" Like I was having one of those moments. I was having one of those days.
Yeah, we love those.
We definitely do not. Anyway, and I got a FaceTime, and I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna take this FaceTime because I'm just having one of those days where I just don't even know what's going on. I'm super tired. I've been working for a week overseas in the heat. Like I'm just exhausted. Took the FaceTime. I'm sitting there also in a fresh fake tan. For those that don't know, I hadn't washed it off yet, and I'm looking very odd. Very odd. And it was Kayla. And she's like, hey. And she knew that I was feeling really uncomfortable. And now knowing her as well as I do now, I now think she must have just been loving that because I was evidently in a wet fake tan.
What was going through your head? Be like, oh my God.
I was just thinking, you look like an idiot right now. Anyway, I just thought, you know what, shoulders back, chin up, just be you and blame it on the quality of the camera. Anyway, So we had a chat, and long story short, she just said, look, we're looking for more trainers. This is just kind of I'm just gauging your interest, but would you be keen? And it's kind of one of those, oh yeah, I'll think about it. Anyway.
But inside you're like, yes,
I was like,
sign me up.
Yeah, like, yes. I will pay you to take me. Yeah. No. And yeah, one thing led to another. I had a few meetings with Sweat, a few calls, and that was end of August, beginning of September that Kayla called me. I signed with Sweat beginning of October-ish. Beginning of November, I was down in Adelaide filming with them all of our in-app stuff and my programs. And by December, my program launched. And I think that's the quickest turnaround they've ever had on a trainer. But that's what I mean. Like it was busy, and it was every day I was in contact with people, and I was meeting, okay, this is head of marketing, and this is head of this, and this is da-da-da-da-da. And then here's your itinerary for a week in Adelaide. And it was just all over the place, and everything I was doing was new. I'd never launched an online program. I'd never worked with an app. I'd never flown to do any of this stuff. It was all new. So I felt so out of my depths, and there was definitely a bit of imposter syndrome going on as well, but I was so excited at the same time. And I also couldn't tell anyone. I had to sign an NDA. The only person that knew was my boyfriend and my parents, and that was it. So then I had to say to my clients, I've just got to go to Adelaide for a week. In a couple of weeks, I won't be here. Can
Just
we
a holiday in Adelaide.
And they're all sitting there going, why the hell would you go to Adelaide?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I think I made up some lies saying that I had some clients down there and like for social media stuff, and I'd been putting it off all year, but I've, managed to put everyone together on the 1 week. They'll probably all sitting there, they're just thinking, this chick is nutso, but all right. Anyway, thankfully it wasn't a long time after I was in Adelaide that everything launched and it was all announced, but I still just actually can't believe that it's happened. And the imposter syndrome's kind of gone away, and I've definitely had a lot of time to reflect and think, no, you are deserving of this position and you do know your craft inside out. But there are times where you really catch yourself, and to be put on a platform with girls like Cass and Kayla and all the other trainers is incredible. It is honest. And I was talking to my parents about this the other day, that as a personal trainer in the fitness industry, it's very different to the corporate world where, you work the corporate ladder and you might make partner and then this and that, and you watch yourself progress and you get promotions regularly and those sorts of things, and you can see your professional career go from, a uni student to, when you retire, and you watch that grow. And yes, being a business owner, you can watch certain businesses grow, but there's no real, corporate ladder that you scale being in the fitness industry. And to kind of have all those years of hard work pay off and to be put on that kind of global scale was really, really cool. Because I think, it's far and few between that you see other brands recognize you when you own your own business. If that makes sense. So that was really cool. But it all came down to a FaceTime.